Hey, what's up, world? This is Rishi. I'm going to read to you guys and gals a poem that I wrote. It's called Single Soul. So here we go. Single Soul. I feel a splurge of emotions when I'm all alone. I sometimes feel as cold and hard as a snow-covered stone. And some days I feel like a joyous king seated upon his jewel-studded throne. All of my experiences are the results of the actions I've reaped and sown. I am amazed and blown by how much knowledge there is to be known. Sometimes I groan and sometimes I moan, because sometimes I have depression from the brain seeping down through the bone. Why do I love, hate, and fear myself when I'm all alone? Sometimes I wish I had someone to talk to in person or on the telephone. What in this material world do I truly own? I am just the subjective spiritual self, and everything else, material, including my body, is just a temporary loan. My thoughts swing like a monkey from vine to vine. Alone I ritualistically and spiritually enjoys nature's precious gifts of cannabis and wine, given to us by the divine, to be enjoyed responsibly from time to time. The greatest enemy and the greatest friend is the mind. Unconditional love is what I want, but it's so damn hard to find. I wish that physical attraction didn't matter, and that people fell in love with one another blind. I wish I was in better health. I wish I knew how to deal with the life that I've been dealt. I hate the way that I look. I'm hungry and I don't know how to cook. Never judge a text by the cover of the book. All these thoughts dwell inside. When facing myself, I have nowhere to hide. My thoughts rush like an ocean's tide. There's an energy that composes my chemistry, and I am my own worst enemy. I betray myself, guilty of treachery. Love and wisdom is my treasury. Only the divine can truly pleasure me. The divine is the only thing that can judge and measure me. All of life's hardships teaches me lessons, even though they pressure me. Even being single is sometimes joyful and sometimes sad. It's sometimes lonely and sometimes bad. And other times I'm glad that I'm not with someone who I wasn't meant to be with. The divine exists in everyone. I can see it. Love exists, and I want to be it. I wish to learn as much as possible, because with wisdom you can overcome all obstacles. Escaping death is not possible, but understanding that we're all eternal souls and not fearing death is possible. But I hate living in fear of losing everyone and everything I hold dear. That's why I always hold God near. The divine rests in our consciousness and hearts. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. But God is the origin of all things from the start. Why do I think about these things when I'm all alone? I'm like a bodhisattva on a lotus throne, a lotus that has blossomed and grown. Because I love my true self, and I admit that I do need help from the divine so I don't yelp. Because I have no control over my fate, I was destined to born and die, and hopefully I enter your pearly gates. I sometimes wish that I had a mate to get rid of this loneliness, despair, and self-hate. I've got a lot on my plate, so many troubles and worries, anxiety that makes me hurry and scurry. But I understand I'm on a spiritual journey, and I need to live out my karma and learn out my lessons. When I'm all alone, I get jaw-dropping revelations, which is full of more knowledge than any education. It's time to go on a celebration. I'm tired of being alone. It's time to get out of the home and let your spirit roam. Wander and deeply ponder. Is there a higher power and angels yonder? Do I have angels or divine protectors? Is my soul worth more than the earth's treasures? Is there more to life than just living for hedonistic pleasures? I want to balance my intertwined body, soul, and mind. Live in the present. I think so highly of myself, but in the grand universal scheme, I'm just a peasant. My soul connecting to God is very pleasant, so humbling and amazing. My soul's source is what I'm chasing, the infinite eternal consciousness and bliss. I wish to hug and kiss. I'm single, alone, and ponder why do I even exist? Is life meaningful and purposeful, or is it just a random dream like bubbling mist? Is there a point? Should I roll another joint and question life's deepest lessons? I'm all alone and starving for union with the divine communion. Have a spiritual reunion with all my family and friends. I'm walking alone as a single soul on a spiritual journey that never ends. So yeah, that was the thought single soul. It was inspired by just thoughts, both positive and negative, that I have being alone and being single. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in getting the book where there's lots of more poetry, you can get my book on www.amazon.com, and it's called A Prince and Prophet's Spiritual Raps and Poetry by Rishikesh Ashtakala. Okay, thank you so much for listening, everybody. I promise to upload more content, and may the universe and source, highest power, bless you all, whether you're single or taken. Just know that there's a purpose and reason for everything. So if you're single, try to love yourself and try to focus on self cultivation and growth and networking, and focus on the higher powers and loving yourself and loving others. And eventually, hopefully, it'll come to you. Hopefully, sooner than later. And if you're single or if you're taken, good for you. Hopefully, you're happy in that relationship or situationship. And yeah, may the universe, source, highest power, Godhead, bless you all. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, friends, take care now. Om Shanti.